Hey y'all, B-Dog Jr. back with you. Me and my sister's husband Ed, we finally got together and reassembled my sister's park bench that I mistakenly broke when I was cutting her grass over there. And I'm just going over some of the old video here, back from when I did the repair to it. Just rehash a little bit of it for the benefit of anyone who didn't see the old videos that I made. That's the chain link fence I borrowed that flat bar from to facilitate part of my repair. Make some metal shavings here. So I had to cut those flat bar pieces up into about 3.5 inches, 3.5, 4 inches, and match drilled them together. And I'm going to be putting these metal shavings to use. Be using them as fertilizer around my Italian cypress trees. Which I did, and once they get wet and start rusting, it'll be healthy for my trees. Well, it's helping out one of them anyway. A couple of them that are, oh, sorry about my finger there. I have a couple of my Italian cypress trees that are in need of something. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with them. I did wind up putting the metal shavings around my Italian cypress trees, the ones that are looking pretty rough. Mixed it together with some potting or garden soil. And one of them seems to be doing pretty good. The other one, I'm not sure. Don't know if it's going to make it or not. So, time will tell, though. So I taped the two pieces at a time together to be drilled at the same time so I could get the holes to match. All I needed was 4 pieces, and then I numbered them and put arrows on there to show which direction they would be going on to the cast iron pieces. As far as the width of the flat bar, this side over here worked out perfect. But this side over here had a little bit too much of a curve to it. So I had to take these 2 pieces for this side over to the grinder. Do a little shaping. Nothing too major though. Made it fit. Both the inboard and the outboard. This is a snap-on here. You can see that. It's a 3/8 drive.
Snap on, snap off.
About 20 years old. Actually, that ratchet is 40 years old. I got it with a toolkit that I bought through the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, the bookstore. They used to sell tools in there. The students at the university would get a 30% discount on anything that was sold from Snap-on. So Snap-on tools were 30% cheaper there at the university bookstore. That's my girlfriend there, or she was my girlfriend when I was a student at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. She's the main reason why I went to that school. Here she is again, leaning on a jet engine that goes inside airplane. And her dad was a graduate of Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and he became an aeronautical engineer for Pratt & Whitney Aircraft Engine Corporation. You have hats and coffee mugs from Pratt & Whitney when I went to their field maintenance courses a couple of different times. More importantly, I got the diploma that says that I graduated from the courses. These are just little extra things. And there I am being a good student, doing my homework at Embry-Riddle in my student housing bedroom. We had to share 3 guys to a room. I don't know how that car wound up on its side over there. Some kind of fraternity prank, I think, right next to the lake. And that's our student housing there in the parking lot. I was doing stuff like building model airplanes and blowing them up with firecrackers, and surfing, because it's right there in Daytona Beach, Florida. And I was really interested in helicopters when I was going to school there. So I wanted to go in the Army and fly helicopters. Even after I got my mechanic's license, I still wanted to be a pilot. Anyway, after I got out of the Army, I eventually got a job with the sheriff's office and became an aircraft mechanic for them. And that's the job that I retired from there. I still get letters from Embry-Riddle, mostly wanting me to send them money. It's not like I didn't pay enough there. I mean, I was getting some scholarships, but I put a lot of money into that education. Sorry, I went off on a little tangent there. That was just supposed to be about a Snap-on ratchet that I got through the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University bookstore at a 30% off discount. Let's get back to the main event here. I got it all bolted up, final torque on everything. Feels good and solid. There's probably a little bit of daylight in between the crack there, but I think we're going to be all right. As long as I'm just using it for a prayer garden, I think it'll be okay. If I ever have to cut the grass again, I'll be more careful. The inboard side. And here's the outboard side. A little bit of daylight there. I think JB Weld should take care of that. Of course, I didn't use the flat bar on these pieces. I just used JB Weld. Yeah, I don't think JB Weld was really necessary, but I decided to go ahead and do the inboard side on both of these 2 repairs here. And I'm just going to paint the outside and the inside with Rust-Oleum. This is the Rust-Oleum that I have on hand. I've had it for a while, so might as well go ahead and use it. And the painting conditions are okay today. It actually has a cover that goes over it. So the cover. That one's nice and hard. Test the X out here. It leaves little marks. I'll flip it over and we'll test the other ones. Sounds almost like metal. Alrighty, let's get this thing outside and get it painted. I head into these areas that have heavier rust with a wire brush, like just to get rid of the loose stuff. Then I'll give it a wipe down with some VM&P naphtha. Just make sure the paint has every chance to stick. It's black on the label, but I don't know if I would call this black. Looks almost like a gray with metallic in it. Rust, but that's what Rust-Oleum's for. Just paint right over it. Just wanted to get the loose stuff off of there. I'm gonna blow it off. Naphtha is one of my favorite chemicals. It's not too harsh, but it evaporates pretty quick after you wipe a surface down. Go ahead and paint the inboard side on both pieces today. Then flip them over tomorrow and paint the outboard side because that's the side that shows the most. See the coverage. See how well this Rust-Oleum covers. And the color of it. It's almost the same color as the JB Weld. Pretty much the same smell. And warnings here. Contains chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer and birth defects or other reproductive harm. So be extremely careful if you ever use any of this stuff or have to work with xylene or Tylol or Tylene or whatever you call it. Any of those. Okay, I'm gonna open up this can of paint and we'll get the paint this side brushed on both pieces. See how it sticks to this galvanized metal. Yeah, it's not fish-eyeing or anything. Try this other one here. See the metallic floating in the paint? Hoping this paint will fill in that crack there. If not, I'll come back and put a second coat. Maybe fill this area in with paint. Okay, I got the paint on here. I want to touch my stir stick with my cable. Looks like it filled in that crack there a little bit. Might come back and put a second coat in there to fill in them cracks all the way. This one looks pretty good, a little bit better. Very shiny, nice, deep gloss. And it feels like it's already dry. Dry to the touch. After about 2 hours, I think I'll just drizzle a little bit of paint in between these cracks here. See if I can fill them in. Try to drizzle some paint down in that area there. Here we go. Fill in the crack. It's a pretty glossy paint. It's like an automotive finish. But it's not a two-part. Clear coat's all mixed in with it. And that's what I thought was oil when I was stirring it up first time. I thought it was an oil-based paint. Usually doesn't work out well when you put paint on this thick, but I've never dealt with the hammered finish paint before, so I don't know. Maybe it'll turn out nice and solid and won't crack. We'll see. I've been taking it outside and letting it sit in the sun for the last 2 days, hoping that it'll cure up real nice. There's the other repair where I drizzled paint into it, into the gaps. Got a nice long run there that I tried to flow out, but still looks like a run.
Yeah, actually, I wound up popping it with a needle.
Maybe it'll shrink up as the paint cures more.
Yeah, I popped it with
sitting it out in the sunlight.
Popped it with a needle and squeezed
the nice day that we
paint
have.
out.
Maybe sand off the runs. That's JB Weld underneath the paint right there. Where it was cracked. I expect the next time you guys will be seeing these cast iron pieces is when I take them back over to my sister's house. And we put the park bench back together. Yeah, we got a stove bolt on here. We got to get it to go through that wood. Some pretty hard oak wood there. Say action.
Action!
Bolt should have been a little bit longer, huh?
Yeah, maybe so.
Don't worry, I'm going to edit it anyway. Thanks, Ed.
You're welcome.
Appreciate you, man. You guys don't like being on YouTube, huh? If I just want to show the repairs on here, and that's going to match up. I think they'll hold up pretty good. We're going to have a cabinet maker come back and shape this wood out on top. Ed knows the guy that's got all the tools to make that happen. I bought a piece of oak that should work from Lowe's. Oop, shaky, shaky. That should do the job, but we got to get somebody to shape it. We don't have the proper tools to do that. Could do it with a jigsaw, I guess. But we have to come back and smooth it out with a sander. Here's one more piece of oak. You're gonna put on there. Day before Mother's Day. Hot and humid, guys. Park benches together, except for the back piece. You gotta get that back piece cut. Hutch, what you doing? What you doing, boy?
Give it to Daddy. Go give it to Daddy.
You got a ginger ale for Dad? Huh? There you go.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it cold?
Just gotta get that back piece finished.
Good.
Get it cut to the proper curvature of the metal. Yeah, me and Ed and Batman and Ewalt got her done. Huh?
You want some water?
Get a brand new piece of oak.
My sister
Go
never
ahead.
wants to be on my videos, but she always likes to interrupt me while I'm filming.
So get Ed's buddy to cut it for him. Then he can put it on.
Hey, y'all take care and have a good one.
Handiwork.
B-Dog Jr., we over and out.